Morning children. I hope you have gone through your first video of evolution of computers, and now we will start with our first chapter, that is computer languages. The objective of the lesson is to be able to describe different generations of programming language, to be able to describe difference between low level and high level languages, to evaluate the benefits of programming in both low and high level languages. What is a language? A language is commonly a medium through which we express our feelings or views to another person. We all communicate with each other in language, in one or the other language, like sometimes in English, sometimes Hindi, or some other language, third language, or sometimes the sign language we use. So when we want to express our feelings, we use languages. Similarly, when you want to communicate with a machine or you want the machine to do something, then you have to communicate it through certain medium. So for computer, we use computer languages. Like when you want your TV to put some another channel, you will press the buttons from remote. That is basically a medium to communicate with your TV. Similarly, for computers, we use computer languages. A computer language are languages by which the user command a computer to do work on algorithm or certain programs which a user has written to get an output. These programs are written by user only, and it gives the computer processes the results and give you the output. There are two types of computer languages: low level languages and high level languages. Low-level language. A low-level programming language is a programming language that provides little or no abstraction from the computer's instruction set architecture. It consists of numeric codes of zeros and ones. These codes are easily understandable to computer but difficult to human. A low-level language is used in two generations of computer, first generation and second generation. So children, in first two generation we use this low level language which was composed of zeros and one. The language, this is the binary language that computer understands. Okay, so we have to write a code in the form of zeros and ones only, and then feed the input in the result. The computer gives us the output in the form of zeros and one only, and we have to manually again convert it into a human understandable language. Now, first generation language of first GL represents the very early primitive computer languages that consist of entirely zeros and ones. The actual language that a computer understands, okay, it was totally zeros and ones. See, if I show you the example of machine language, this language is saying z is equals to x plus y, and the code of zeros and one just to write this small equation is this big. So it was very complex to understand, it was very difficult, very handful of programmers were there who can understand it and communicate to computer in this low level language. Then comes your second generation languages. A computer was a bit modified and we started using transistors, and in this represents a step up from the first generation languages, allow the user for symbolic names instead of just numbers. Second generation languages are also known as assembly languages. Code written in assembly language is converted into machine language. See, now what we have started, we have written some of the codes in the form of symbols, somewhere in the binary form, somewhere in the code form. Now computer has started converting this particular code into the machine language, that is zeros and one by itself. See, if you see sub ax comma bx, so ax and bx are numbers, let's say, and sub means subtract. So computer will automatically convert the sub word into the code of subtraction sign and subtract the equation, okay, the digits. And the machine code is also written in front of that particular code. So you can see the difference, the machine code and then the assembly code. Characteristics of low level languages: it was direct memory management, registers access, superb performance, little or no abstraction from hardware. See, basically the advantages were that it was machine level language already. It's the form of machine, so it was time saving because computer don't have to take time to convert it, so it was time saving. Then very less memory was used, and because it was already in machine form, the calculations were very fast. So computational speed was very fast, directly understandable by computer. But the disadvantages was development of a program in machine language is very time consuming, because we have to manually find out the machine code of each and every character. Error correction is tedious process. Now if there is some kind of error, instead of, let's say I have to write 153, instead of that I have written 143. Okay, there was a slight change in zeros and one form, so it is very, very difficult to find out the error code. Then comes your high level language. From the third generation onwards, we started with high level languages. Third, fourth and fifth generation also, now we are still using high level language, and natural languages also have started. So high level language. This programming language allows the specification of a problem solution in terms closer to those used by human. Now our English-like language or human understandable languages have taken on the form of code. These languages were designed to make programming far easier, less error prone, and to remove the programmer from having to know the details of internal structure of a particular computer. This language is used in third generation. See what has happened. Now I have to just care about my code. I don't have to care about the technical part of the system. I have to just write my code. All the work is to be done by computer. It will convert it into machine level language, find out the answer, and convert it again to a high level language and give us. We just have to write the code. So it has become very, very easy for the programmer to understand the code and do the coding. So there are some languages you must have also heard about it: C, C++, Java. These are all high level languages. Advantages: they are simple to adopt due to their English-like structure of statement. They are easy to maintain and debug. But the disadvantage is the program written in high-level language are less efficient as they take more execution time. Okay, execution time is obviously increased because it has to convert it into machine level, both the sides. The compiler also consumes some memory as it is required for translation process. Compiler has to convert this high level language to machine and machine to high level, so it needs some memory to initially save the code for short period of time. So memory is also being consumed in the process now. Now what compilers and interpreter are? The role of compiler and interpreter is to convert the high level language into machine level language step by step, and or the whole code at one go. Okay, these are the small programs. So when the user feed in the information, जब user information उसमें दे रहा है, at that time the compiler, first the compiler comes, it converts it into machine level language, processing is done, again the compiler and interpreters come and they convert the machine level language into high level language, and then the output is given to the user. So in first generation languages, first and second, there were no compilers and interpreter. We were working as compiler and interpreter, okay, the human beings. Now we have made a small code who will automatically convert the high level language into machine level language. See, there is an example of high level language. You can see this. It's all written in English language and it's a bit hard for you to understand, but just get an idea that everything is written in English language only, okay, and it's easy for programmer to understand. So a short revision: computer programming languages can be of two types: low level language and high level language. Low level language were used in two generations. First generation, it was machine language. second generation it became assembly language, and high level language was from third generation onwards. So children, this was your first chapter, computer languages. Go through the video again, listen to it carefully, understand it, and if you have any queries you can ask me. Okay, I will send you the worksheet. Try solving the worksheet by yourself, and I'm sure you will get it easily. Okay, happy learning. Bye.